welcome. This is Your Yoga Life, and I am Vivian Wolf. I'm a yoga therapist, and I work with people who are dealing with the challenges and the transformations that come to us during perimenopause and menopause. So if that's you, you are in the right place. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we are going to do some restorative yoga for fatigue, to reclaim your energy. And so this is going to be a nice, slow, gentle practice. You are welcome to do it in whatever comfortable clothing you have. You can use your pajamas. You can keep your socks on. I also like to invite people to make the environment really, really yummy for you. So dim the lights or do whatever feels good so that it's not quite so harsh. I've put a blanket down for myself so that it's not so cold and it's a little softer. You can light a scented candle or do some essential oils if you like. Just really make yourself cozy. And during this practice, we are going to be using some support. So even if you don't have like official yoga props like bolsters and things like that, you can use whatever you already have laying around. For example, on this side, I've got my yoga blankets and a couple of blocks in case I want them there. But on this side, my mother a long time ago made this blanket, and it's really heavy. As in like weight wise, it's really, it has a nice weight to it. And at the end of this practice, we're going to do a shavasana with a weight on the thighs. And so I'm choosing that blanket to use as my weight instead of, if you have a sandbag, like there's a yoga prop sandbag. And so if you have a sandbag, you can use a sandbag. But if you don't, you can just use a blanket, or you can use a stack of books or your pet or whatever you want. Whatever you want. We are also going to be using some soft support underneath the body, like a bolster. So I'm going to use my bolster that I have here, but you can use a pile of pillows. You can use cushions off of your couch. Just use whatever you already have. There's no need to invest a lot of money in this. And what we want to focus on today is just calming our nervous system. In perimenopause and menopause, one of the main issues is that our hormones start to dysregulate. They start to the estrogen and the progesterone kind of like start to fluctuate, which causes the other hormones in our endocrine system to start to fluctuate as well. And so sometimes our adrenals get a little worn out, just trying to like compensate for what's going on around here. So we start to feel tired. We start to feel a little worn out. And so it's nice every once in a while to just settle in and be conscious and yet not doing things. I don't know how to put that more succinctly. We as a society struggle sometimes with the idea of consciously doing nothing. We want to watch TV, or we want to read a book, or listen to a podcast, or we fidget, we do all kinds of things, or whenever we stop doing things, we fall asleep. And that happened to me a lot when I was first starting in yoga. Is that the idea of relaxation meant unconsciousness. And so this is a practice in staying awake and aware and yet doing nothing. And so it's really, really good for the nervous system. It helps to unwind and relax and lets us move out of the sympathetic nervous system, the fight, flight, freeze, fawn, all of that stuff, and move more into our parasympathetic nervous system that lets us rest and digest, right? So I think I've said enough. Let's go ahead and get on the mat or on the floor, or you can even do this on your bed, whatever works for you. Let's get to it though. All right. So we're going to begin in a supported child's pose. And so use as much in the way of support as you feel like you need. For me, I think I'm okay with my knees. You can put a blanket underneath your knees if you want. We're going to take the knees a little wider here and take your support, whatever you've got, your bolster. I'm just going to use the word bolster. Even if you're using a stack of pillows or anything like that, you know what I'm talking about here. And I'm going to lay it down, but I'm also going to put down my blankets on top of it to make it a little taller, a little higher. And you can also put your blocks underneath your bolster if you like to prop it up a little bit higher. I'm going to put this blanket on top of it. And then when you're ready, just pulling it in as close to the body as you can, you're just going to drape the upper body over it and bring an ear down. Let the hands float to the sides, palms up or palms down, whatever feels good. You can pull the elbows back closer to the knees if that feels nice. Close your eyes. We're going to be here for a little while, so just let yourself settle in. If you do have one ear down, I'll tell you about the halfway point so that you can lift your head and look the other way. In restorative practice, we do spend a lot of time in stillness and in silence. So you won't hear my voice very often, but I will guide you out of this pose and into the next one when the time is right. So just relax. Let yourself be supported here and just breathe and let go. At this time, go ahead and lift your head and bring your other ear down. Settle back into your stillness and enjoy the rest of this child's pose. And slowly, slowly start to lift the upper body up, keeping the pathway here as you move from one thing to the next. Keep it really soft. Deepak Chopra talks about the path of least effort. So see if you can practice that as we move out of this pose and into a supported bridge pose. So I'm going to use my bolster for this again. So I'm going to put it just to the side, but you can use a folded up blanket. You can use your blocks. You can use pillows, whatever feels good. But we're going to make our way onto the back. So just, again, find your way in the softest way that takes the least amount of effort for you. And plant the feet. Pause here just for a moment. Again, just allow the body to soften down. And when you're ready, press into your feet, peel the pelvis up, and just slide your support underneath it. You don't have to go for the highest that you can. Again, this isn't about maximum stretch. This isn't about big openings. This is about rest and relaxation. So we're going to keep our feet planted. Maybe the knees kind of fall in towards each other a little bit if that feels nice. We're going to stay here for a little while. So close your eyes. Hands go where hands feel best. Maybe you want to put your hands on your hips. Maybe you want to take them out wide. But wherever you are, just find a restful place and settle into some stillness. Just breathe. If your mind needs something to do, then you can focus on the sensations that you experience in your body. Maybe you're noticing temperature. Maybe you notice tension or pressure, tingling or vibration. Maybe you observe the parts of your body coming into contact with the surface below. Maybe you can detect air or clothing on skin. You can also focus on the rhythm of your breath, following the air in, noticing all of the parts of the body that are affected by the breath, and follow the air out, observing the release as you breathe out. Slowly start to push into your feet and lift your pelvis just enough to remove the support from underneath you. Bring the pelvis back down. Pause here just for a moment and notice the subtle differences happening in your body as it comes back down onto the floor or onto the bed. We're going to move into supported bound angle now. So bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees open wide. And it might be easiest just to put some support underneath each knee. Maybe you put pillows or blocks. If you have a blanket, if you only have one blanket, you can take it a little bit wider, roll it up so it's a little bit of a snake kind of situation. A little bit longer here. Slide it underneath the thighs, right behind the glutes, and then as you bring the knees wide, you can pull the edges of that blanket underneath the thighs so that the one blanket supports both legs here. And again, it might feel nice to have the hands on the body, or maybe your hands float down to the sides. You choose, and then settle into your stillness again, closing the eyes down. And again, if your mind needs something to do, when we're in this place, it might feel nice just to observe colors, patterns, movements that you can detect behind your eyelids. Gently use your hands to help your knees together. Slowly plant your feet, coming back into this constructive rest place. Let the hands float down to the sides, and just pause here once again, observing. And then roll over to one side or the other, coming into a fetal position. And use your hands to help press you up. We're going to prep ourselves, kind of build up our nest for our final pose, our Shavasana. So for me, you want this to be as supportive as you can. So if you want, drape your legs over the couch or over a chair or over whatever you have. For me, I'm going to go ahead and just drape them over my bolster here. I'm going to let my feet rest on these blocks. You can cover up with a blanket as well, but we are going to use this weighted space. So if you have a sandbag, you can use a sandbag. I don't have a sandbag, so I'm not going to use a sandbag. And then lay on back. I'm going to use another blanket underneath my head and just fold the edge just a little bit to support the neck here. Just a little roll. And then for me, I'm going to use this heavy blanket and put it on the thighs. So whatever you're using for your weight, just put it on your thighs here. You can use an eye pillow as well to cover up the eyes. You can just drape a washcloth or an extra blanket over if that feels nice here too. I'm going to watch the time, so I'm not going to practice this. But you make yourself as comfortable as you can and then settle back in to your stillness. We're going to stay here for 7 minutes. Just let yourself sink down. Let each breath take you just a little deeper into this conscious relaxation, knowing that I will guide you back when the time is right. So really enjoy this Shavasana. as you begin to come back, start by bringing your awareness back into your breath. Take a nice, long, deep breath in. Exhale, just let it go. Gently start to welcome the body back with soft movements, whatever feels nice. Eventually, make your way over to a fetal position on one side or the other, moving your props just enough to get you where you need to go. Taking the path, once again, of least effort. Pausing here in this little fetal position. Giving yourself the space to move slowly and softly. When you feel ready, use your hands to help lift you up. Come into whatever seated position is comfortable for you. Seated cross-legged or one foot in front of the other on a chair or on a blanket. Let the hands rest on the legs or on the knees. Soften the gaze or close your eyes. Take just one more moment to check in and notice. Notice the sensations that are happening right now in your body. Notice your breath. And notice how you feel. Good, good. Let's bring the palms together over the heart, and we'll close this class by taking a nice deep breath in together. Exhale through the mouth. Perfect. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me today. From my heart to yours. Peace. Thank you. Thank you so much for taking this time for yourself today and for sharing this time with me, for watching this video and being a part of this channel's community. It really does mean a lot to me. So at this time, if you feel so inclined, please help me out with the algorithms of this platform. So you can help me out by liking this video, hitting the little like button. You can subscribe to this channel if you haven't subscribed already. You can leave a comment below. Let me know what was your favorite part about this practice, and what questions do you have? What would you like to see in future videos? I would love to hear your input. And also, if you would like longer classes like this, I have an online community called the Yoga Sister Circle, where we do monthly free classes. They're full-length 60-minute classes, and I would love to have you join us for that. There is a link in the description below. Maybe I will see you there. So until next time, mwah, mwah, mwah. Take really good care of yourself, okay?